What's up guys, this is Sean and today we are in PJ Midtown. PJ? So this particular location for PJ Midtown, right, is rather strategic. Section 13 to be real exact. In this part of town, it's really mature. There are a few upcoming such as like Waters, Ryan and Miho at Jaya one side. So in accordance to my research and some line pulling, a lot of people who invested in this particular project is actually from the neighbourhood. So this is a mixed development where you have retails on the bottom and you have a service residence on top. And then you can see it's among the factory lots area. So it's within an industrial area. So the unit that we're going to check out today is a 915 square feet, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom unit. I'm still waiting for Peter, I don't know where is he. So let's get to the unit. Now you can see behind that's the whole entire living room already. So there will be a dining and this is the kitchen. Right, this will be your location for your fridge. Comments will be good because the tiles are straight up, but then I'm not sure why they want to leave this open. This actually accumulates dust, so I'm not sure whether it's practical or not. And then you have your hood and hob that comes together. Tika. Not bad. Next to that, you have this workspace, your yard, where this will be your washing machine already. Just when I really like the structural tidiness, right? Like all the beams and columns are all really tidy and well thought through. The M&E is also the same, which is you look at the pipings like this. These are the floor trap pipings from the unit above, right? So this is your floor trap for water to go down. Then, one very weird thing is you look at the aircon. Imagine if all these aircons are on, right? And you check out the amount of units upstairs. All these are on, right? This entire well will be heated up. Let's go to the small room first. This is a small room, and one thing I don't understand is this part of the window. Like, what's there to see? I think it's just to fulfill the technical requirements set by the government for the amount of openings in a room. But then I get to see people downstairs like that and it's still very weird. Might as well you just break it up, right? So the cost will actually be cheaper to build. The cabinets, the wardrobe actually comes with the unit along with the Daikin aircons, right? Every room has an aircon including the living room. Common bathroom. So what's the spec? Johnson Swiss. Wait, let me adjust. Yep, Johnson Swiss. Shower screen. Ooh, this is fancy though. It's a pretty standard toilet, nothing to complain about, and very practical, very detail oriented. Just that the color wise, right, it's just not as great. Just that the color and design wise for the tiles is Moving on to the master bedroom. Wow, check out the view. Just look at the surface area of the window, right? It's so large. What's cool about this is that this L angle window that directly just opens up your perspective. You get to see all the offices. Right, all units come with laminated. Is this? Ooh, this is not laminated. This is genuine timber floor. Wow. Next will be the bathroom, Johnson Swiss. Again, master bathroom, Johnson Swiss for the master bathroom. Same. Ooh, rain shower. Yep. Coming up from the living room, you will see this amazing view, but you also get to see the pool, right? You also get to see the pool there. Then to have some weird things to point out would be the socket location. Like you look at this, how can this be so high? You see, why is it so high? Maybe if you put your TV cabinet, then it's behind maybe lah. But then as the trend is to move the socket down to 1.2 to 1.3, right? So kids can reach it, elderly or KU people can reach it. But the plaster ceiling detailing is good lah. Right now, because every time you hand over a unit, right, there's still a lot of defects work to be made. That's why all the construction works will still be going on. Like always, we need to check the janitor's room, which is the rubbish or refuse chamber. And that's the janitor's room. Again, there's no ventilation. That's why it stinks already. There's just one floor trap and it's wet. See, I'm not sure whether this size can just accommodate so many units per floor. That's like 18, right? 16? 18 units per floor, so I'm not sure. So now we are at the rooftop and you can see these amazing views of section 13 and section 17. Everything is open air. That can be the problem because you can see waters, right? So this will be a problem, but I think the developer is addressing them. Games room also outdoor, that's the full pool table, but I think developers really need to think through again what is the definition of games room. Because you put outdoor like that, right? I'm not sure who's gonna play. This lounge area is also for cooking. Like you can actually host your friends around here, but yeah, it's open air. That's my concern. I think in the evening it will be fine, but now it's almost noon, so I'm actually feeling the heat. But everybody lives in pigeonholes, right? No worries. You can just host your family here or friends here, get a chef to actually cook or cook together is now even an activity to do. As we are in the highest floor, there will be things like this running out of the room. This is actually cold water, meaning that's the water tank of the unit. So this is the pump room. And those are the water tanks. So conventionally, water tanks are located on the rooftop, but this one they put it in the highest floor level because water easily flows down. So is it a concern to actually stay below the water tank? No concerns, because the slab treatments is actually will be specially designed by the engineers to actually reduce disturbance or sound or vibration or noise like that. So water tank usually no problem. So I think that's all for rooftop. Let's head on to the swimming pool deck. Now we are in the swimming pool area, swimming pool deck. Weird, because this is the first time I see swimming pool with angular treatments. That's new, right? And it's infinity pool, so a lot of people like infinity pools as you get to shoot very interesting Instagram profiles, right? Okay. Then you still have workers working on the pavilions, and that's the gym. I think they're trying to create that floating gym effect with the water there, but I think it's too low. For landscape wise, you have some Cambodia trees, right? Cambodia trees. Those the most easily maintained trees ever, right? Like they need very minimal water, very minimal attention. Now we are at the gym, right? I think it's a very huge gym. I think got people working out, so don't record. I think that's all for the visit today. It's now time for Sean Take 3 on 3. Two things I really like. Number one is definitely the location of PJ because this part of PJ, right, in between section 17 and section 13, where there's a lot of offices, amenities, food, and the best part of it is that because there's a mix, because it used to be an old township turned into a new urban city, right? So you have still old bungalows, right? And then you have shop lots, shop offices, and then you have low rise, and then you have super high rise apartments and offices, grade A offices and things like that. That leads to point number 2, which is the people in this area is relatively a little bit more. If you go to the coffee shops here, right, like before we meet, we had breakfast with Peter. everyone speaks English. Like you can see the elderlies, right? Or children, all people here speaks English, not like in other places where they speak their local dialect. I think the local dialect here is English. That's why a lot of MNC people are actually attracted to base their people here. So because you have food, you have amenities, you have lifestyle, everything here are more, a lot. Thirdly will be the building design, right? It's actually very functional oriented. It's very function oriented. There's nothing fancy about it or nothing big to complain about it. It's really very functional. Okay, 3 things I don't like. Number 1 is actually some of the things that I don't understand, meaning maybe not necessarily is wrong, but I don't understand in the unit, which is that very small pocket space in the cabinet, the very high TV set, electric set, right, the sockets. Number 2 will actually be the rooftop treatments. I think they really need to address the water, rain seeping through. That is one of the things, because the first impression when you go up there and you have pools of water. Another thing to highlight is also the refuse chamber. What's up with no ventilation? I think that is something quite concerning, and it also retains like water as well. I think the gradient of the floor is not well done. Well, last of all will actually be the investment. The price here is around 800 per square feet, but just that because there's a lot of density and there's a lot of choice to rent here, so maybe the rental here is around 2,800 to 3,000. But if you're buying for investment point of view, then it's something to think about. It just couldn't cover your installment. But if you're buying for home stay, right, I think it's a pretty decent location if you're just upgrading from a landed, right? So I think that's all for the episode. So do I really like this property? I think it's not bad for own stay lah. If you're staying yourself, right, then it's pretty convenient because you get to go KL anywhere lah. Anyway, PJ is really connected that way. But in terms of investment wise, it's a bit tough. You need some strategies. So it really depends on whether you are at a lower floor or higher floor, which kind of bedrooms, how many bedrooms you have, right? Maybe some strategies is to furnish up your unit to stand out from the rest. Maybe you can also get Carl and Peter, like the agents that brought me here. You can search for the assistant, they will tell you the market rate and things like that. Yeah, so I think that's all for this episode. If you really like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.